working with the scene that's legit. Teaching you the trick so you can just push print. Now let me ask, are you down with JPP? I'm down on JPP. Welcome to the world where the makers groove. 3D prints and CNC will make it move with tips and tricks. I'm the teacher you need, helping you calibrate and level with speed. From upgrades to tuning, I got your back. Dial in your machine, keep it right on track. It's about the flow, the prints that shine. Just push print, and you'll blow their minds. Are you down with JPP? I'm down with JPP. We're building the world with creativity. I'm down with JPP. Just push, print, and set it free. I'm down with JPP. Now let me break it down, keep it easy and clean. Fine tuning your build, it's the maker's dream. From filament jams to CNC flare, I'll show you how to master it anywhere. Got a squeaky Z axis? Let me show you the way. Smooth it out so your prints can slay. Design upgrades, yeah, keep it cool. Turn your setup into a powerful tool. Are you down with JPP? I'm down with JPP. I'm down with JPP. We're building the world with creativity. I'm down with JPP. Just push, print, and set it free. I'm down with JPP. Yo, you wanna make it shine? I wanna make it shine. Calibrate that bed, keep your layers fine. Keep those layers fine. Upgrade that nozzle, adjust that flow. With JPP, your prints will glow. Now picture this, you're stuck at the start. Your prints are a mess and it's breaking your heart. But JPP rolls in with the plans you need, teaching you the tricks so you can succeed. Step by step, we're taking it higher, building like pros with that maker fire. From calibration to perfection's break, you'll be crushing the game with just push print. Are you down with JPP? I'm down with JPP. We're building the world with creativity. I'm down with JPP. Just push, print, and set it free. I'm down with JPP. Tune that CNC, with JPP. It's as easy as can be. It's as easy as can be. Are you down with JPP? I'm down with JPP. Let's make it happen, set it free. Yo, what?
Hey y'all, it's JPP here with Melissa. How y'all doing out there? See Bearded Printer out there in the chat already. How you doing tonight, Melissa?
I'm doing good. How are y'all? How y'all doing?
And we got Keela, Miss Lee Marie in the house. How you doing? We're doing good. Tin Talon out there. Yeah, tonight's a little bit different than what I had originally planned when I scheduled the show for Sunday, because still don't have the printers hooked back up after the power went out last night. I ended up robbing the battery backup out of the printer room so we could charge our phones after Lee Marie's stream last night. So but I did, with us knowing that the power was going to be going out, I went and shut down all of the printers and clipper and all of that stuff, and went ahead and turned them off already before the storms come through, just to make sure that none of them ended up getting corrupted or anything with power fluctuations and stuff, which was a good thing since the power did end up going out.
So it was without power for about 7 hours. A store probably about not even 2 miles from us got hit. I don't know about tornado, straight line wind, something, but the whole roof of it blew off. But luckily, we didn't really get any damage or anything here, just power outage.
Oh, Rob C out there. I didn't see him. How's it going? But yeah, as far as the updates go on the SV08 being the main title of today's video, the main thing I was wanting to do was to, mention the name of the Toolchanger project that we're going to be going with to be trying to work on for Rocky Mountain. You want to read Keela's thing?
Yeah, that was a long time. Which we've actually been without power longer than that before during a lot colder weather, which isn't fun at all, especially living in a trailer at the time. Yesterday wasn't bad at all. Main thing is the store that I work at. We had to like take an hour or two in the dark trying to get like all our freezer stuff, making sure nothing go bad, all our cooler stuff, milk mainly, milk, ice cream, stuff like that. That's our main concern, where I work at. And we had to find somewhere that had people that had generators to be able to load it up and haul it to their houses.
So it was a little bit busy yesterday evening, running around and stuff. But for the name of the Toolchanger, it is called the Linex Toolchanger. It's a new project that's recently out of beta that has a few aspects of a Toolchanger that I had in mind from being a, say, Wednesday. Why do you want me to say Wednesday? You're throwing me off. But anyway.
How'd you say it?
I don't know. But anyway, since Keela is like messing me up here, I'll start back over. The Toolchanger thing is called the Linex Toolchanger. From me being a okay, yeah. But from me being a window shopper, watcher, whatever, from just like watching the different Toolchanger designs and projects from afar, there was a few aspects that I thought would be good in a Toolchanger that I didn't see in a lot of the more common Toolchangers like the Tap Changer and the Stealth Changer, which the Linex has, in being your main parts cooling stays on the gantry, and each of the tool heads you can be a little bit lighter because you don't have a copy of the fans on each individual tool head. It's just on the carriage part. And then they have a little bit more advanced type of add-on that goes with the Linex that is called the dock slide, but the dock slide is more suited towards like a Trident or a VZ-Bot or a Mercury, one of the printers where your gantry stays at the top and the bed goes up and down instead of the flying gantry like the Voron 2.4 and the SV08 has. And that takes your Toolchanger dock and literally has rails on it that raises it up and then brings it down for when it's time for a Toolchanger and moves. And yes, we don't have them fancy cameras, so I can do that without the camera trying to go all crazy with my hands. But I'm working with Linear Burn, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a twist on the dock, even though that I'm not going with the dock slide project specifically from Linex. So it's definitely going to be something that'll be eye-catching at RMRRF, seeing it from a distance. And we'll go into a little more detail on that over the next couple weeks of live streams while we're actually building stuff, because first step's going to be printing out the tool heads and the dock mounts to be able to mock up getting them mounted up on the SV08. Once I get the actual tool heads and stuff going, then we'll be announcing and starting on showing the special add-on. Anything you want to say?
No, you're doing good.
I will say that the mod or add-on that me and Linear Burn are working on for the Toolchanger dock, we're the tentative project code name is Dark Side. For any Star Wars fans and whatever out there.
You got any certain colors you doing it in mind?
Not decided on colors yet, but I've had suggestions to try to do it all black, so it's all blacked out. And there's a few different options we can play with some glossy stuff and some lightweight black filaments. There's a certain person in the Lee Marie Discord that I might or might not have been influenced by their post on the Reaper for influencing some ideas to try on this Toolchanger with material and therefore color. I know you don't know. That's why I keep letting you try to see if you was going to guess or say something.
Oh.
Is there any questions or specific things y'all would like to know or advice or suggestions that y'all want to throw out there? There's I do need to try to figure out and decide which tool head boards to try to go with. If I go with the EBB 36 or the 42s or a Nighthawk or the LDO tool head boards, whatever, and decide to go to do CAN or USB. I know a lot of y'all have done some of each of those and might have opinions or advice on which is better or worse or more of a headache or not. And other than that, I guess just stay tuned for the next live streams about the SV08 when I'll actually be working on it. I did get some fine-tune adjustments worked out for tweaking the stock settings with the stock inductive probe, getting it more precise than even I expected from a lot of the videos of people complaining about the stock probe being really inconsistent and stuff. But that was what I was going to talk about yesterday, but I wasn't about to be trying to open printer configs and stuff like that when the power or the Wi-Fi might go out. And beyond that, we was going to talk about this Friday night's game night and some of the stuff to be looking forward to, since it's yes, you got that right. Most people don't recognize that ringtone.
Just have it turned off.
I don't care. This is my show. But anyways, yeah, this Friday night is going to be a little bit different of the game night than we've been doing lately, because we're actually going to be, me and Melissa will be doing game night from the road this weekend. We're going to pick up a special printer for her. Which,
I'm finally getting my cocoa press.
Chad says Melissa's in charge. And may or may not have the printer printing on Friday night's game night.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get it that evening. We can have it running that night at the hotel and maybe try to just print something to make sure it works and just see how it goes on the stream.
Literally. And I'm also getting a few more goodies from the person that we're getting her cocoa press from as well, that is going to be coming in handy for the SV08 Toolchanger project, as well as some of the other printer builds coming up, including an upgraded part to go towards the Prusa XY build that Lee Marie 3D was so generous to sponsor the parts for doing the Reaper tool head with. Not if I don't make her mad, she ain't, Keela. See, that's the key. Don't make her mad. Bearded says his wife wants one of those. Might have to save up to get one. I think one of the good things about the cocoa presses now, Bearded, especially by the time RMRRF comes around, is they're pushing the new Cocoa Press 2.0 that has the Clipper stuff, running Clipper and all of that stuff. There are a couple of upgrades with a better MCU, a little bit faster electronics and stuff. And even like with us getting this one for her, even though it is the Cocoa Press 1, the original one, you can upgrade it and convert it to the Cocoa Press 2.0.
So I'll be happy with any of them as long as I get one that works. Like we can upgrade it or do something later on.
Yep,
But
that's
at least
right.
I'll have one. I didn't realize that sun.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
sun is gonna. Sorry for the glare. We don't have a curtain for that window, and the sun's going down. And I can try and turn. Well,
It ain't gonna do nothing.
it don't matter because it's still gonna be blinding on us. Anyways, any questions or comments from the folks in the chat?
Yeah,
She
as
says,
long as I get
as long as
chocolate.
she gets chocolate.
Never have any fails, just have chocolate to eat. No failed prints.
But yeah, because of being on the road and all of that stuff, we're not completely sure about what time we're going to be starting the game night Friday, but we're still going to try to do like we did last week and start it at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Bearded, that's right. Pre-success snacks. Then it's just a matter of trying to get her to let me have some of the fails and stuff and not just hog it all herself.
I plan on not having many fails.
There
I'm going
you
to be
go.
successful. I'm going to be positive. I'm having, yeah, no fails.
Is anyone back to talking about the SV08? After Keela mentioned she'll have to start looking, see if she can find one near her. He said chocolate benchy first print.
I hadn't thought about a first print.
And she says if it fails, melt it down and make a mold. But yeah, I'm getting all sidetracked here, whatever, thinking about your chocolate.
That was our topic.
Anyways, I was going to ask something about the SV08, but it went out the window. We all just worried about the chocolate, so might just change tonight's thing about talking about her Cocoa Press. The pre-stream talking about her Cocoa Press. She said, fill it with raspberry filling.
That would probably be good.
Maybe for you. You like raspberry.
Caramel or peanut butter.
Hey, I'm down for it. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot to say about the SV08 right now because all that stuff kind of got messed up with the power and stuff. I had some things I was going to show.
I gotta try the upside down helicopter and chocolate.
I'll have to figure out how I'm going to rig up some cooling and then we can do it.
We'll have to work on that.
I got a whole bunch of computer fans and ducts and this and that, and I got a CPAP fan. There we go. There you go, Chad. We're due Cocoa Press CPAP the Cocoa Press. Raspberry and chocolate, can't go wrong there. Yeah, apparently I am turning into the vengeful ghost from game nights. So I guess game night pre-stream, here we go. And then the zombie shirt too, so. Speaking of game night, there's a new game that we're going to be, not this week with us being out of town, but starting next week, we have a new card game we're going to be bringing to the show. Dave kind of teased it on their late night streams. The game is called That's What She Said, the card game. And Linear Burn showing up. Hey, Linear Burn. Most of the little bit of the talking of the SV08 was kind of at the very beginning of the stream. There's not a whole lot of updates this time. We ended up turning into talking about Melissa's Cocoa Press and game night. Yep, that's the name of the game. And Zany Zach in the house. How's it going, Zach? He'll be on Friday's game night with us again as well. Perhaps if we're that's a different kind of printer, Linear Burn. I don't think she wants that one. But we'll have to try to see if Keela can get Jeremy to join us for game night this week. Speaking of cocaine, has anybody heard of the energy drink called cocaine? You can still get it online, but there's not many stores that have it. It was like 3 or 4 times the caffeine and stuff of a Red Bull. But obviously it was like famous for the name. As long as we have enough chocolate to keep shoving in it, then yeah.
Can you make your own?
Yes, you can make your own
chocolate.
You can make your own core chocolate, and I happen to know 3 people that are professional chocolatier, candy maker, baker people that know more about mixing the chocolates and how to do it right. Because the key with the cocoa pressed chocolate is it is oil based. Theirs is palm oil based, and the consistency is what's so important to be printing with it. I'm talking to Dan, but you can listen. And speaking of, you can see it a little bit right there is what's being mentioned on the bottom of y'all's screen. When we get to 150, we're going to be giving away that Polymaker Poly dry box. I think when you checked it before, it was 112.
What?
The number of subscribers. Yeah. We're 112. Oh, you didn't. You're just now realizing that? Yes, that's been around for a while. Yes. I know exactly the one you're talking about, and we can talk about that Friday night on game night. I know where to order some as well. I know some of the people that work at that company doing some of the marketing stuff. Shout out to 3DPO Rick, stopping by probably for some of the SV08 content. Like I mentioned, a Linear Burn, there's not a lot going over on the SV08 tonight, other than we'll be talking about it again when we get it out on the actual table next week on the first of the build streams. And tonight turned more into talking about getting Melissa's Cocoa Press this weekend and talking about this Friday's game night. For the people that has been on game night, is there any of the games and stuff that y'all have enjoyed more? Is there certain ones that y'all want us to kind of not do again, or whatever y'all's input?
Lean back.
You didn't want me leaning back.
Well, if you lean back, you're not in the sun.
There we go. Yeah, now I'm not a ghost. Now you can see me. But yes, for people that do have an SV08, check out 3DPO's channel. He has quite a few videos on setting it up to mainline clipper and a few other mods and upgrades, some upgraded tool heads, quite a few things. And his content is pretty good. He explains things well. He's not a super big channel. He's still getting started some too, trying to get himself, or he's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so he can get monetized. So if y'all go over there and give him a subscribe and smash the like button.
Was talking about the sound one. Next time we do the sound one, we need to try to do it instead of doing like one person on this stream, one person on this stream. It's easier to do it if you're side by side because the sound will go with the the face. I'm trying to think of what the word was. I go with the face a lot easier because you'll be, you know, there together and it'll be synced together better than like us over here and then somebody else over there doing the opposite and it'd be kind of off.
And also for the sound game thing, and Rick, 3DPO, no problem, man. Happy to give you the shout out. But for the sound game thing, the people doing the actions need to keep in mind you can do a little bit of like a action to it. It's not, you don't just have to make a face and stuff. So, you know, just throwing that out there. That could be fun as well, Keyless, and something like Pictionary. One person draws and the others guess, and the chat messages what to draw.
Yeah, it'd be something we could
interesting.
talk about or try to figure out something on that.
Is there anything else you're looking forward to or curious about your Cocoa Press or the Cocoa Press in general, since you're about to have one?
Not that I know of now, not until I get it, and then I'll have questions. How do I just press print and tell it to go?
There we go. We're going to have to do the Cocoa Press.
I want to just press print.
Yeah, the Cocoa Press video series on how to just push print. And any other suggestions? I know there's not a whole lot of folks out here at the moment, but we do the shows and game night especially mainly for the audience and stuff. Us folks that are on screen is just there goofing off, so y'all can enjoy it. Da Vinci says he's cuckoo for Cocoa Press. He's Team Cocoa Press. I do want to ask this. How many people in the chat, and for those that end up watching the video after the live chat, leave a comment. How many people have VR headsets? Dave said, goofing off, I'm trying to win, but you keep rigging the games. And Nadir, thanks for stopping in. I want to give Nadir and CN3D a big shout out as well. Some of the updates going into the SV08 project from RMRRF is going to be in partnership and showing some of the CN3D projects, even though I'm not going with his Toolchanger right now. He has a good Toolchanger option for others that has the SV08 as well. And thanks for dropping in, Nadir. Unfortunately, tonight we wasn't really talking a whole lot about the SV08, but we will be starting the build videos on it next week. Tonight's show kind of turned into the Cocoa Press and talking about the game night Friday night. But again, folks, that if you haven't already, go check out CN3D. He has videos and projects on not just the SV08, but he's got 2 or 3, or I think more than 3 different tool head designs that he's put out as well for all of you tool head junkies out there that like trying different tool heads and comparing tool heads. So a couple of his are really good for cooling, and all of his options have cool names like the Xenomorph and stuff like that. So make sure you give him a check him out and give him a subscribe as well. That would be a good idea for cupcake toppers. And what my first original thought when I first heard about the Cocoa Press was for custom one-of-a-kind wedding cake toppers, especially with the options out now for like the 3D scanning and stuff that people has done at some of the events and videos, this and that, for like, scanning yourself and then printing yourself a little statue of you. You can print out that little statue in chocolate. Bearded says, I want a Cocoa Press so I can get fatter than I already am. Just grow the beard and it'll hide it.
You asked about the VR. You didn't say nothing else about it.
Yeah, I got distracted.
I know I'm reminding you.
But yeah, the only person I seen said, Bearded Printer says, I don't have a VR because I'm lame. But the reason I ask about the VR is because starting next week, we're going to be dropping the first 3D VR like review overview type video to the channel. And I was curious how many people had VR headsets to be able to be watching them in 3D. A lot of the videos from last year's Rocky Mountain were done in VR. Linear Burn says he can't really use the headsets because his eyesight is kind of weird. That's understandable. But that's one of the advantages of posting the VR videos to YouTube, is for the people that doesn't have VR or 3D displays and stuff. You can still watch the 3D videos on YouTube on your phone or your laptop, but you just lose the extra dimension of the 3D, but you can still move it around. So if you haven't tried that, go back and watch some of the videos from Rocky Mountain, and you can go ahead and try to move it around. You can look around a little bit more than just the table that's in front of you, especially the video with Laser Sterling and his 3D printed Lamborghini. I've watched that and pan around while we're talking, and you can kind of see more of the car and stuff like that. But I'm trying to focus on posting more of the 3D video content, even going to try to do a couple of the build videos with the VR camera, just to be adding some little bit of different content out there on this channel. And then, of course, doing more of the live streams. Thanks to getting with Nadir, there's a few more builds that we was already planning on doing that have now turned into a better build because of some of his upcoming designs that aren't quite out yet. So I won't tease too much until he wants to mention that. But yes, VR and 3D videos is kind of like my specialty. I'm the only person that was doing any 3D video media content in the firearms YouTube side when I started, and then coming over to the 3D printing community and stuff. I want to bring some of that 3D video and media stuff to our community here, because folks here is a little bit more interested in some of the like cutting edge technology and stuff like that. So they're might be a little more interested in 3D stuff and following some of the 3D stuff, like Apple doing their VR headset and et cetera, et cetera. What is they talking about where Dave is crying?
He said he has no VR headset. He had an Oculus, but it broke, and he sent it back. And then Bearded Bragging.
Oh, I missed that. Printer. Yeah, that would make you sad.
Bearded Printer said he had a thing that did stuff, and later stuff happened, and it no longer did stuff and things and other stuff, and he was sad.
And also, by the way, for folks that do not have a VR headset, talking about the 3D media, video, pictures, all of that stuff, as well at Rocky Mountain, other than the SV08 build, I will also have the Oculus Quest VR headset and the 3D holographic tablet set up on display for folks to be able to view and check out some of the 3D media, pictures, videos, all of that stuff that go to Rocky Mountain that don't have a display or a headset or something themselves at home.
Didn't we bring it last year?
Yeah, we had for people that was at MRRF, we had the 3D holographic tablet set up at our table on MRRF. Nadir asked, what's a VR headset that I recommend? Honestly, for just watching like the video stuff, like for what I do, or if you're just wanting to like get into some of the other content creators doing VR videos, you can get one of the older Oculus Quest 2 or what became Meta, because Meta ended up buying them out. But that's the older generation headset. That's still what I have and use every day, even being making the videos myself. The screens in the Oculus Quest 2 is a higher resolution than what just about any of the VR cameras are able to do right now anyway, so you're not going to like get a lower quality. The lower quality, or the disadvantage of the Quest 2 instead of the Quest 3 is it only has a black and white camera for the outside, so what's called the pass-through view, where you see the room and the world in front of you as well as your VR stuff on top of it. That's a black and white view. The newer Oculus Quest 3 or Meta Quest 3 has color cameras, so that pass through and what's called augmented reality, where you have overlays over the real world cameras and stuff, is a little bit more immersive because it is full color on those cameras as well. But like I said, as far as watching VR content, videos, movies, stuff like that, just about any of them is good for the content side of things. When you're getting into wanting to do like VR games and stuff like that, then there's a whole, just like with printers, there's a whole range that you can go down the rabbit hole on VR and 3D hardware. But yeah, and 3D and T Printing mentioned that the MetaQuest 3S is running $299 now. That's what I ended up paying for my Quest 2 a few years ago. So I would say grab one of those and ignore what I mentioned about the Quest 2 unless you get one used or get a deal on one, you know, under $100 or so.
Keela asked if they were heavy to wear. They're not really heavy. The way that they're made, or the one we have, the straps that go around, it goes around your head and the top. So it sits like perfect on you. But the front of it, ours really isn't that heavy.
That is one thing I will say from trying a few of them, that the MetaQuest headsets are a lot more comfortable to wear for an extended period than some of the like older PC oriented headsets like the Valve and the HTC Vive, and there's a few more and stuff I don't remember off the top of my head, but those are all pretty much like outdated by now anyways. The Quest is for the go-to straight answer, anyone looking to get into it, the Quest 2 or the Quest 3 is your best bet for a starter headset. It is a standalone. It doesn't require setting it up or syncing it with your computer. It doesn't require having separate sensor pods that you have to set up for it to connect to. And there's a whole bunch of like built-in app Play Store type stuff in the MetaQuest world, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, they even have like padding now that you can put on.
And I was saying that there's like a bunch of different accessories, including 3D printable accessories for the Quest and some of the other headsets as well, that has better padding and like you can get a battery, like extended battery pack that comes with the better padded straps for your head. That's a little bit more secure instead of just like the canvas straps. $3D&T says that is like a top-notch, super expensive one that I've never even heard of. So have fun saying that name.
Goovis.
Goovis G3 Max. But
Goovis. $1,200.
if it's only $1,200, then it's not the top of the line. That is actually like relatively mid-range price-wise for anything 3D and VR related. And while I do have folks interested or asking etc. about the 3D and VR stuff, I mainly focus on, like I said, the 3D because I love the depth. And when you're watching a 3D video in a VR headset specifically, it literally looks like you're right there in front of it. It looks like a holographic video floating in front of you versus watching a 3D movie on a TV or a screen with 3D glasses. It's even more right there with you. But there is the 360-degree VR video stuff where you can look all the way around you as well, instead of just being able to look side to side past what's right in front of you. I also have the ability to do the 360-degree videos if there would be any interest in, say, putting out a 360-degree walkthrough video at RMRRF or something like that. If that'd be something y'all would be interested in, spam it in the comments after the video goes to the replay, and I'll make sure that we do that when RMRRF comes up. You say something now. And yes, 3D experiments, the headsets are getting to be a lot cheaper than the TVs as well for most of the general headsets. Obviously, you're going to have your outliers. That's the more cutting edge stuff that's going to cost more. Same reason, like with the 3D printers and stuff, the first generation Kickstart type stuff, whatever, has a bunch of bugs, is overpriced, and all of this. But once they get through that, then you get the better quality once they've worked the bugs out and it's been out a little bit and all that kind of stuff. Same thing. But yeah, like I said, didn't have a whole lot to talk about today. I won't keep y'all long. So we'll probably go ahead and call the stream short tonight. Is there any other questions or suggestions that anyone wants to throw out before we call it out? Dave says the PC Mag has the Quest 3S as its #1 pick. And
What's that one newer than what we have?
Yes, and the Quest 3S versus the Quest 3, the S is like the little bit cheaper budget version. It has slightly less quality cameras on the front, but it still has the upgraded screen and all of that stuff. And another thing, headsets, the VR, for people that do modeling and CAD work, if you get a chance to try it out in a VR headset, it was game changing, having your model literally floating there right in front of you. And you can even do, for content creators, you can even do video editing in the VR headset as well.
Didn't you try that or do that
Mm-hmm.
once?
It's weird, but it takes getting used to. because like your video's floating in front of you and you have your controllers in your hands, and you have, it's like you have a artist palette attached to this hand with your effects and your different things, and then this hand is like a big laser pointer. You can drag your video to go through your timeline and stuff like that. It's really interesting.
I think of the right word.
Yeah. And then same thing, the 3D holographic tablet as well. The one that I have is an older generation. They've got some newer ones out now beyond the one that I have, but even the one that I have not only can do the 3D holographic pictures and videos, you can also do show and edit 3D model files holographically in the tablet as well. It's really interesting, and it's stuff that's, you know, not a lot of folks putting it out there. Yeah, that's the downside with the Meta, the Quest headsets, is they being a standalone, they are limited on what the controls and the chipsets and all of that stuff are that are inside them. However, even the older Quest 2 and any of the Quest 3 variations can be connected to a high-powered computer with the Quest Link cable, which is essentially just a high-powered USB-C cable, data cable, whatever, and run stuff that's actually running off of the computer and displaying in the headset. And yep, Rob C says Tony Stark. Yep, kind of like that. And I seen where did he go? Rob C also said a 360 video would be cool at any RepRap festival. On that note, how many people would be interested in watching a 360-degree 3D live stream game night from RepRap with some of your favorite creators actually together in person, not just on, you know, online? So I do the Jeopardy music. You see, 3D&T says he's up for it. Take it easy, Nadir. I appreciate you stopping by on the stream today, and I'll definitely be getting with you on some more of the stuff coming up, and see about scheduling when you have time and stuff to be able to join on a stream when we actually dig into things. Say what again, Keela?
He was asking about if we were to do like a 360-degree video, like showing everything around it. You know, do it for like the what was it? Do it at RMRRF or something.
At a RepRap fest.
Yeah, at a festival. Like, you know, get all of the people that do game night together, like around a table or something, and like have the camera in the middle. And then the person watching it can actually like scroll around, look at whoever they're wanting to, but it's recording everybody at one time. But it's a VR thing, video. And he was just asking if any of y'all would be down for seeing that or doing that.
Hold on, I'm going to see if I can try something. You keep talking to them, even though you can't see their chat. Where is their little video thing?
Dave said Terry just walked in. Hey, Terry.
Do they have a shorter video? Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try and play this little short video on YouTube after the ads is done.
And Kayla, that's what we was thinking. You know, most of the people that have been on it will be at the festival, you know, that weekend. That'd be something, you know, we could actually all get together in person and, you know, maybe do a few games or something.
3D My Life, give a shout out to him. He is the guy behind the Linux Toolchanger that I'm working on or doing for the SV08, and working with him to try to set it up, schedule and time wise, to get him over on an episode of the live stream to actually kind of like interview and go over what brought up the Linux design and why he chose to take the route he did on, you know, on that Toolchanger. But this is the camera I was considering bringing with us to RMRRF this year for what we've talked about, the 360-degree live stream game night possibility.
Meet Samsung 360 Round, a professional camera for creating and live streaming 4K 3D content. With its integrated unibody design, the 360 Round's lenses are positioned like human eyes, offering vivid real-life 4K 3D images. The 6 built-in microphones allow spatial audio playback. Recording on the 360 Round begins with the simple press of a button. Real-time monitoring and control can be done on a PC or smartphone, while the 4K 3D videos can also be streamed live. With IP65 support, the 360 Round allows optimal filming, even in the most challenging environments. The external battery, SSD, and memory card help generate professional content. True reality for you. Samsung 360 Round.
Is that the same one you have?
Yeah, that's the one I have. That camera is not cheap. I'll leave it at that. Going DH, how's it going? And yes, I actually have talked with multiple drone people, and I am in the process of having talks with a robotic company out of, I forget where they're out of, somewhere's overseas. But anyways, getting me set up with one of their robotic dogs to mount that camera to walk around events. Hey girl, hey, said Terry. So yeah, but that camera has full 360 degrees with the 3D views, and every direction has a pair of microphones to give stereo audio as well. And you can control it just like a live stream, where you can control each camera individually, switch from person to person to focus on them, and then being the VR stuff, watching it in a headset, you can actually look around as well. Just throwing that out there before we end up wrapping things up for tonight. Anything else you want to add about your chocolatey stuff?
Nope, just I can't wait to get it.
There you go.
Friday needs to hurry up and get here.
So yeah, keep an eye on the channel. Friday night, we're going to be doing game night from the road. Hoping to do it around 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, but it might be a little bit later. But we're going to be doing it for sure. 3D and T said Insta360 Titan. Yes, that's another good one. The main camera I use is actually an Insta360 camera that is no longer made, has been discontinued. The Insta360 Evo, it can do both 360 by folding up on itself. So you have a camera on this side and you do a camera on this side, or you can open it up and then have the stereo cameras to do 3D.
Do the 180. It's only 15K.
Yeah, it's only 15K. That Samsung camera was about double that. But I didn't pay that much, obviously. Because I would not have that much money. No. I'll just say I got a good deal on it. Facebook and eBay can be your friend if you're bored. Ladybug says hi. But yeah, sorry to say hi and leave, Terry, but we was about to be truck model off. Oh, I get you. I find an off the truck model. But yeah, keep an eye out on the channel for Friday night's game night. It might be at a little bit different time, but we're definitely going to be doing it and having some interesting things to show on game night, hopefully. If not, it'll definitely be some interesting streams next week or this weekend when we get back. Anything you want to say to the peoples?
No, thanks.
All right. Well, on that note, then, y'all be good, and we'll catch you Friday. Then Built Over Bot saying, hey, sorry we're heading out, man, but catch us Friday.
Y'all have a good night.
Oh, yeah. Before we go again, one more time, just want to remind y'all, 150 subscribers, and one of y'all will get this Polymaker dry box.